Okay, sure.
Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, June 21st. Oh, June, listen to me, November 21st. Oh, gosh. And this is our Healthy Holiday Challenge team call number 1. And Beth is just telling us of the reason why she's part of the challenge. And I don't know if you can do a synopsis of kind of how you started. She'd started.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Yeah, I have an addiction to food, and so I always have to watch my eating. It's just going to be that way my whole life, and I'm fine with that. I have to eat to live, and so I just look for opportunities to like this to have a little support from a group and to be accountable to a group. And it's kind of nice to have a little list of things to do every day. I wouldn't be able to keep this kind of challenge 365 days a year, but I can sure do it for a month, and I'm just happy to be here to do that.
Thanks, Beth. Okay, Tom, tell us about how you got involved in the challenge, who invited you, and then what you'd like to accomplish.
Well, Amy Pett invited me.
Okay.
We're in the same ward, Amy Pett, and then I know Charity Kai's is also in it. I this last year ran the Ogden Half Marathon, was probably in some of the best shape I've ever been in, and I just let it all go to pot and put on way too much weight, was not feeling very good or even feeling good about myself. And I thought, you know what? I said, I know it's over the holiday for Thanksgiving, but nothing ever works for me unless I've got some kind of motivation. And money motivates and other things motivate. And I thought, you know what, for $20, but I had a $5 discount thing from Amy, that if I get something back, I work harder at accomplishing what I need to. And I just have to be focused. I'm also what you might call a food addict, or I have no way of controlling. I'm an overeater, and I've been looking around for Overeaters Anonymous groups and stuff, trying to see what I can do to get better at it. But yeah, it's just a motivation for me to get healthier, because I am running the Ogden Half Marathon again this next year, and I got to get in shape. So that's why I signed up.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, we've had somebody else join us by phone, and I'm not sure who it is. Maybe it's Lynn.
It's Lynn. Hi, Sheila.
I recognized a 208 number might be Idaho. So.
Yep, that's it.
You've done the challenge a couple of times with us. So will you tell us what success you've had so far, with how long you've been doing the program with me, and what your success has been so far, to give people some hope, and then tell us what you'd like to accomplish in this challenge.
Okay. Yeah, there's hope. Boy, it's been great. I didn't think I'd ever be able to lose weight again, because I was one of those lose 10 pounds, gain it back, et cetera, and haven't been able to lose enough to make a significant difference in my health. So I started this at the end of August, and I'm at 24 pounds of weight loss right now, and wow. Better than anything, I just feel so much better. So I feel like I'm eating healthy, and I've been able to do it. So these challenges just help to just keep me on track with all of the different habits of health. And I love the program for all of this. It's not just about eating, but they focus on sleep and taking care of yourself in every way. So I love that.
Thank you, Lynn. And so tell me why you signed up again.
What's that, Sheila?
What would you like to accomplish in the next 3.5 weeks?
Oh, in the next, just doing this challenge, it just helps me keep on track. And I've been kind of like, oh, what's that going to be like with the holidays coming up and everything? So it'll just keep me focused to do a little bit of exercise and sleep and eating right. Something about being accountable.
It is about having somebody to report to. my background is that I had gained extra weight, not while my children were being born. What's interesting is it's after all my kids were born, and I hit 40, but and I was taking care of everybody that my weight came on. I don't know if it was hormone changes, if it was just I was so busy taking care of everybody else, I didn't take care of me. And it wasn't really till I started trying to lose weight that I realized that I had an issue with food, that when I felt deprived of food, then it made me want it and crave it. And so because I had been more naturally lean most of my life, I really had not realized that I had an issue with food. And sometimes dieting causes a yo-yo mentality of feeling deprived and then craving and deprived and craving. And so what I've loved about this challenge and this program is it really tries to not have us think about diet or really do diet. It's not all about food. We're not saying you can only have so many calories or you can only eat so many times a day. In fact, we're encouraged to eat more often. And I found with my body that I noticed Beth talked about this on the team wall. By eating more often, I don't have that crash of blood sugar, and then I'm craving and want anything I could get my hands on. Because lots of times I found it's when I go without a meal that I want something that's not healthy for me.
Me too.
Yeah. Have you found that same thing, Beth? Have you ever done the eating 6 small meals a day before the challenge? You've done that before.
Yes, I did this spring. My son is a sous chef, and he actually prepared some food for me, and he got me on a really good track. And that's when I realized that it worked better for me. Food wasn't my issue anymore.
Good. If you eat often enough, it's not calling to you. Yeah.
True. In fact, I'm a little bored by it.
I have to eat again.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing, I think sometimes when we exclude a food group, then sometimes it costs to us more. So I think sometimes for some people, they're better to say, okay, I'm going to let myself have 2 or 3 bites. So for example, at Thanksgiving next week, how are we going to handle that? Sometimes people, and you have to know what works for you. Some people say, I can't ever have sugar again, and I'm just not going to have any pie. But some people, if they don't have any, then in the middle of the night when everybody's asleep, they're going to go eat the rest of the pie. So you have to decide what works for you. But like Chinese food really isn't the healthiest thing, but I really wanted to go for Chinese yesterday. My granddaughter, that's here with me, you can see her in the background. We were down in South Salt Lake by the place that had been our favorite Chinese restaurant when we used to live down there when we were newlyweds. And so we went, and I took we took most of it home, but I just had just little tastes of different things on my plate. And I came home and I didn't have any leftovers. And when I got on the scales this morning, I'm down 5 pounds since the first of the week, you guys. So I was like, I could even eat Chinese food and still lose weight. So what I would like everybody to quickly, our goal this week, our healthy habit we're really focused on is sleep. So does anybody have any pointers of why sleep has connected with you and being healthy? So, Lynn, have you found that sleep is a problem for you, or are you a good sleeper?
Oh, I do well for a few days, and then I'm a night owl. So that inherent thing in me just goes, I got to stay up late. But I have found that if I can get good sleep, then I do so much better eating. But if I don't sleep good, then I just crave everything the next day, and I'm tired. And I think that for me, when I get tired, my brain thinks I'm hungry instead of tired or something. But it makes a huge difference.
So, Tom, we lost you for a minute. Are you back?
Yeah, I got dropped and now I'm back.
That's okay. So we're just talking about that connection between sleep and cravings. And it's true, there is a physical connection that when we're sleep deprived, that we tend to crave more food. We have a part in our brain called the amygdala, which is the back part of our brain, and that's where our cravings are. That's where the tiger part of us is that just wants to be fed. and it doesn't.
The road we needed to be on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fremont and Garland.
Yep. It doesn't have a conscience. It just wants to survive. It wants to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and survive. And so it sends all these signals to do, to eat, to whatever. But if you're well rested, that part of your brain seems to be a little more subdued. So I've got to mute Tom for a minute. Okay, he was arriving somewhere. So there's a real connection between sleep and cravings. There's no doubt. Have you ever noticed a connection like that, Beth?
Yeah, I demand my rest, and if I don't get it, I'm unhappy. And when I'm unhappy, I always look for food. And if I get my sleep, then it charges me up, and I can go through the day and just do what I need to do, and I'm fine. But if I don't, then I drag and I put off, and how it is when you try to put things off, then you go eat. So you don't have to do that thing that you're putting off because you're too tired to do it.
Right. Okay. So you guys have noticed a connection between sleep and eating. So one last thing I would like you guys to talk about, and there's a lot of things on our team wall to talk to us about some healthy habits that we can get into to help us to go to bed better. One of the things this week it talked about is finding other things to do to wind down at night that aren't involved with stimulating light into our eyes. Television and computer screens put this light into your eyes that just stops you from winding down and sleeping. It actually keeps your brain going. So it said listening to a story on tape is a good idea at night. And so there will be a lot of other ideas like that we'll notice on the wall about sleep. But the last thing is I just wanted everybody to tell me if there's something, not a victory, something that you've already learned as part of the challenge. It could be that you've lost a couple pounds. It could be that something you've learned about yourself, or that yesterday I got on my water. Anyway, Lynn, have you had any victories, scale or non-scale, this week that you could share with us?
I think I was kind of slipping on my water. As soon as it got cold, it is hard for me to drink water, harder in the wintertime. So I was still drinking a decent amount, but not as much as I needed to. So that really helped me to force myself to get that 80 ounces or whatever.
Very good. So Tom, are you just in transition, dropping kids off, arriving somewhere?
No, we're still on the road, so okay. I got a minute or two I can mention my thing.
Tell us what your victory is for the week.
Oh, my scale at home, I don't know how good it is, but I weighed myself this morning, and I don't know if it's because I just really watched my calories and was eating better and I really didn't exercise, but I drank a lot of water and exercised. I'm actually down 8 pounds from when we started last week.
Wow. That's great. Cool. Congratulations. High five from all of us.
So, yeah. Well, that usually happens to me when I first start losing extra, doing this kind of thing. I lose really good for the first couple of weeks. So this will be good that maybe this whole competition I'll be losing good consistently. But yeah, I feel good about that. And drinking water for me is not a big deal because I sit in front of a computer all day, and I'm a stress eater. And so when I'm sitting there and I'm stressed and bored, I want to eat. So I'm trying to figure out better things to eat. But so it's been a good week.
So when you get on the challenge wall, there's a column on the right side that has some sample menus of different calories, and that would be a good thing. And I would like to try to talk to you one-on-one this week, Tom, and we'll go over and try to figure out how many calories you're burning a day with what exercise you're doing and your body size and stuff. And then you'll know, here's my target zone of what I'd like to be doing. So, but it sounds like, and anyway, so congratulations, you're doing great. And,
thank you.
And that's one reason I joined the challenge is I liked the little one of the videos that they talked about, what's your plan over the holidays? Do you want to maintain, you want to lose, or you want to gain? Because it's one of those three choices, right?
Mhm.
And I don't want to gain. I want to fit my choir dress for the Christmas concert. So Beth, have you had a victory this week you can share with us?
Who?
Beth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was kind of two things happened to me. One was about the meditating, and I live my life fast, and I run at a high bod rate, and that was a really good reminder to me just to sit still and breathe. And I love that, and it helped me remember to do some things that I sometimes neglect. So I've added that back in. And the other one was somebody on our team came down sick, and they said, yeah, I didn't exercise, I didn't feel that good, and the next day I was sick. And right now I'm sick, and I instead of feeling all anxious because I'm not doing any workouts or anything, I'm just allowing it to be and just saying, yeah, you're sick, take care of your body, and there's more to this than exercise and food. And I have to say, frankly, I love getting on and reading the team comments every day. It's one of the first things I do in the morning because I'm excited to see what people are saying, and the social thing is really good for me.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. So, just for your information, everybody, I've worked with over 100 clients over the last 3 years, and I have not seen anybody that exercised their weight off. It's really 80 to 90% of it is what and when we eat, making sure we're eating small portions throughout the day, and all those other habits. Once we get to our weight and we get closer to our goal weight, exercise is very important. And because the more weight you lose, the less calories you're burning, because you're not carrying around those extra 50 pounds. And so you have to, in order to maintain, you need to increase your exercise to maintain. So that's why when a lot of people yo-yo, they lose weight and they gain it back, they haven't stepped up and changed their lifestyle to maintain it.
35?
So you can lose weight, but maintaining it does take exercise. And so if you're ill and you can't exercise, just make sure you're getting your water, your sleep, and you're eating those 6 small meals a day, and you'll still feel better. And heavy exercise, a lot of times if we have a lot of weight to lose, we end up with injuries. So I suggest we start slow when we're starting a weight loss program, that you don't jump into, okay, I'm going to start running 4 miles a day and I've never run before. We start small, and we'll focus on exercise down the line as one of our weeks. But it's time for me to tell you goodbye. I promised we'd keep it at 20 minutes, and it's been 22. So I'm so glad to have each of you on the team. Thank you all. And what I like to end our call with is like giving each other a pound it like this. So you can only see Beth and I, but will you give us one of these, Beth?
Yes.
Can you hear everything? Is okay. Woo! Okay. We did it. All right.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and be watching the team wall for a lot of Thanksgiving tips of how to get through. And let's report to each other of what our plan is. Because we have a plan. Okay, I'm only going to have 3 bites of each of the things that aren't healthy for me, and then we report back. That's what we do. Whatever. Okay. See everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you
Sheila.
very much.
Bye.